Welcome to Weird Gaming Experience. Today we're going to count down top 10 glitches in video games. You know the glitches, you know what they are. They're those things that sometimes they're cool, sometimes they help you get to a certain part you couldn't get before. Sometimes they are straight up creepy, and sometimes they fuck up your day in a way that I cannot describe. So let's get started with top 10 video game glitches. Number 10. Number 10 is actually something that happens a lot in first game shooters. It's when you kill a guy and all of a sudden they shouldn't move, right? But here's what happens. Pretty darn freaky, isn't it? I mean, this happens a lot in first-person shooters. This happens a lot in Call of Duty games. But most first-person shooters, when you kill somebody and you don't leave them for dead, in other words, you don't let them disappear or just get out there, they'll start doing some pretty creepy stuff. Number 9. In Grand Theft Auto series and a lot of video games that are free roaming, that you can basically go around this amazing, incredibly big world, this will happen in areas you were not supposed to be in. You will basically fall through a building, fall through the ground, and get to this endless abyss in space where you're not quite in this dimension anymore. You're kind of wandering around the Twilight Zone. This happened a lot in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. You get into a building or something, so all of a sudden you're in this negative zone, right? All of a sudden you're in this zone where nothing is upstanding, time stands still, and nothing seems to be the same. Number 8. In GoldenEye series, this was what happened in the 64 version. You kind of remember this glitch. I mean, if you never got this glitch, you probably saw it in a famous YouTube video or whatever it is. Supposedly this happens when you put the cartridge in kind of in an angle. You would see NPCs do some pretty cool breakdancing moves, right? But was pretty strange. Also created great spaz on the internet with big viral videos with this glitch. People trying to emulate exactly what these guys did on the video game. Number 7. In Zelda Majora's Mask, what happened was basically you got 3 days to stop this maniac from blowing up the moon into gigantic proportions so it crashes against the earth. So, in this glitch, you could basically skip that whole entire ordeal, right? You basically got to the observatory, you got to see the moon, and once you got to 2 milliseconds, you leave the observatory and this happened. You got a brand new day, like nothing ever happened. You got the 4th day of actual traveling through the world, and you don't have this timer anymore. But what you will find is that the town is basically abandoned, and the moon is to the size of a peanut. And what happens is you got all this time to explore now. You don't have the time limitations that you had earlier, but the problem is if you try to talk to the actual NPCs that are left, basically what happened is something along the lines of this. Yeah, pretty shitty, isn't it? Number 6. Red Dead Redemption got a very famous glitch called Manimals. The famous Manimals. Basically, this glitch involved animals, NPCs, and human NPCs fusing together and creating man-wolves, man-serpents, man-birds, and all kinds of creepy shit that'll run over. You also got the famous woman-donkey, careful they bite, and the infamous Cougar Man. Number 5. This is one of the creepiest glitches in all video game history. You think that playing Sims 3 would be all cool and nice, you know, nothing bad can happen in this game, right? But you're wrong. What the fuck? This video game glitch takes the cake. I mean, you have two perfectly normal Sims that give birth to that extremely weird, creepy-ass alien with arms and shit coming out of it. I mean, it's insane. You have people attached to body parts of other people, and even babies attached to parts of a horse. I'm not kidding, an actual horse. Number 4. Our next glitch comes from the world of Fallout 3. Have you ever seen a floating head before? Neither have I. But in this game, you can actually see that and more. Not only just heads, but parts of arms, legs, just liver or chopped flesh on top of the air just floating around. You can actually see eyeballs, skulls, all kinds of creepy stuff walking around. But not just standing there, just, you know, not doing anything. Sometimes you see them walk around just like normal people would. Now, if that's not creepy, I don't know what is. Number 3. Our next glitch comes from Skyrim Elder Scrolls, a great land of adventure and fantasy and big things that happen for no good reason. A place when you have a chance to explore Middle Earth and become somebody you're not, and you can bash wolves over the head, you can chop a guy's head off and it floats into the air. You can see horses fly into the air for no apparent reason. You can see dogs doing this weird shit. And all kinds of crazy crap that makes no sense whatsoever. You can see dragons flying in the circles for no good reason. This guy doesn't need a girlfriend anymore. This guy can go through walls. And I don't know how to explain this one. In the end, this game particularly has a lot of these types of strange glitches. They just happen for no good reason. And most of the time, if you're playing this game, you're gonna run into these eventually. Number 2. This glitch comes from the world of Pokemon. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Pokemon, but this one was quite interesting because it's something that repeats not in one Pokemon game, but in several of them. And this is the famous or infamous missing no. Now, missing no, believe it or not, stands for missing number. This is the epitome of a glitch. And not only that, this epitome of a glitch appears in not one version of Pokemon, but also appears in several of them. Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, but what caught my eye the most was Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow was where basically you encountered Missing No, and if you captured him, you could encounter him again, and you have two glitches fighting against each other. Now, what happened after that was pretty strange. Once you captured this strange glitch, you could have your game reset or just crash, or you could permanently damage your game for life. Also, it would create all kinds of strange situations inside the game. You would actually duplicate yourself or become invisible, all sorts of strange goings go on in this game when you capture this absolutely strange Pokemon. This actual glitch has also created a very big buzz around it, not just among video game enthusiasts, but also amongst the fans of the franchise, as to where people start to wonder where Missing No might have come from. What it could have been. Maybe it was a secret Pokemon that wasn't supposed to be in there. And all these conspiracy theories. I think it was just a major glitch that they didn't find, and all of a sudden they just created this whole buzz around it, so they just included it in the next versions of the game. Number 1! Number 1 is something that actually almost destroyed the World of Warcraft. This is a glitch that might have ended this game as we know it. Now, this glitch was happened when a boss in a certain quest gave you some kind of a disease that wasn't supposed to get out of that area. However, if you could get that disease on a pet and stow it away, you could take it to a village and start infecting people with it. Now, Blizzard caught on to this very late, and a lot of people canceled their subscriptions because they didn't understand why their character got this disease. And there were just a bunch of assholes spreading it willy-nilly just for malicious intent. This actually spawned a social study of the effects of basically a giant virus. What would people do in the event of a giant virus spreading like this in an actual setting? And this particular glitch created the basis for that study, so for that reason it is #1 on my list. If you agree with the list, let me know. If you don't agree, also let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends, and let me know exactly what you think of it. If you think you know how to spot these glitches, and if you think you're good at this, you can actually earn money by doing it. You can go to the link in the description and become a game tester. You can actually get paid to play video games in the comfort of your own home and actually make money with it. Now go ahead and check that out in the description, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, and I'll see you on the next video, my friend. This is Weird Gaming Experience. Until next time.